Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. And we're off and running from Houston. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Out of the air to start us off. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get him out. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Here's Stroud again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Again, Stroud. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the Broncos take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. Nix from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 28. Bombers. Shotgun snap to Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's difficult on the defense.
Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Here's Smith on the return. And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Throw right side, hauled in by Collins. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. It's Stroud throwing here on first. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls in.
Playing. Here we go.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. Off to the races, middle of the field. Into the red zone. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take a second quarter lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. For the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30.
Premium in this league.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. 1st and 10 from the 43. Nix off the play action. Finds a seam down the middle. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a second quarter lead.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single high or 2 high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Lots there to... All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10.
All right.
Motioning one of the tight ends. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. To the air, Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose.
So far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
He's got it, complete to Collins. And he will have this across that field.
Continue the series.
Going all the way to the end zone here. Somebody there, and he knocks it away. Couldn't connect. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. He's got it over the middle. And they send him out of bounds as he... Throw Throwing again, it's Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he stopped almost immediately after.
Oh, ready.
Shotgun now for Stroud. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failed. Play this drive.
Oh, ready.
Looking to throw, Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And he works this to... Stroud from the pistol. This one's caught. And in he goes for the Houston touchdown. The Texans take the lead just before halftime. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half. 1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Texans will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. Stroud. And that's incomplete, and it also stops.
First, can sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
That throw doesn't lead to 6, so they're left facing 3rd and long. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. And Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. A give to Dobbins to start the 3rd. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43.
These and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Lowe finds his back, Harvey. And he goes out, just needs one more step there to reach midfield. Now Nick's on 3rd down. That heater is going to fall to the turf. No luck finding his receiver.
In an incomplete.
Captain. Oh, it's set. Ready. Away.
He's back to throw. He connects downfield. And he's tackled with the 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. He has room past the 25. And he can't get the touchdown, Brock, but plenty of yardage. He goes out down to 10.
Oh, it's set. Armor's ball. Ready. Captain. Away.
They'll throw again. Nix. Headed right through the middle of the field. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Smith on the return. Gets across the 30. Stroud to throw on 1st down. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42.
All right.
Throwing is Stroud. Completed over the middle. And that short gain is enough for him to set it down.
Gain of 4 yards. And the Texans 1st down.
We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. This game remains tied after 3, so we'll decide things right here in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 now from the 46. From the gun, Stroud. Still has some space inside the 35. This is going to make it down to the 20. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. We'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone.
He's taken down.
Keeping it with Mixon. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. On the ground again with Mixon. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run. Again to Mixon up the middle. And the defense all over this run. Maybe got a yard there.
Here we go.
Here he is to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's one of those third down.
Well, tie game, and they want to be the ones to put this away. They're going for it.
Here we go.
Looking to throw it. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
That one only good for a couple. It's second down.
Aziz Al-Shire on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the
Setting up to
7-yard
pass.
line.
Dump off caught by his back. And he gets this across the 10 before steps. Throwing now. Can't convert on third. That's to the ground and incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And that brings up 4th and...
Man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
To throw. He's got to his running back. And this gets him well away from danger.
Exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense to the line for first down. He'll look to throw it. That's incomplete left side.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded team.
Here he is to throw. Hits his running back. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. So they'll decline this and take the result. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeout.
Captain.
Back to throw. That is incomplete. Down to 13.
Bombers.
Throwing again. Here's Nix. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And he gets out of bounds, gets him the first down as well, and moved them into field goal range. An entire game coming down to the leg of Will Lutz. All right, got a timeout here. Just 8 seconds remaining in our ball game. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Nix to throw again. On the move, hit it right. He's running with it. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. The kick is good, he got it! And the third time he puts it through will be the charm, they've won it! So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Houston.